Today's discussion is going to be very, very interesting. Kingsley Oji, your normal Loma here, man. I want to talk about today just my own line of thought. Why people avoid relationships, why people don't want to get any involvement in relationship or want to be involved in a relationship whatsoever. So please pack your popcorn and come and listen. Like I said, it's my own line of thinking. It's open to criticisms, okay? I think I have a right to think. I want to think my own line of reasoning. It's my choice. If you have anything contrary, there you go to the comment department down there and set up your own comment on the contrary. But this is why I feel some persons don't want to get themselves involved in relationships. Number one, we must understand that relationships are supposed to be very beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful, especially relationships are supposed to bring joy. It should be a place of peace. Okay, relationships should be a place of rest of mind. That's what relationships are supposed to be about. It's supposed to be an experience that is worth living. An experience to look forward to, an experience to enjoy. Relationships are not supposed to be an experience where you suffer, you go there, you die, you lose one part of your body, you lose a part of your life. When I'm not physically now, but emotionally. In some cases, some people go into relationships and lose their lives physically. So let's look at how why some persons don't actually want to get themselves involved in relationships, or why relationships don't work for some people. Number one, you see, some people they don't really spell out their boundaries when they get themselves involved in relationships. When you go into a relationship, have in mind, at the back of your mind, what you want to achieve, what you aim for in a relationship. Don't walk into relationships blindly. You see, when you walk into a relationship blindly, no vision, no plan, no aim, no boundary set, you just fall into a relationship. Or more, the way you fall in is the way you're going to fall out, because you just went in. Did you go into a relationship because everybody is going? You see, in my previous videos, I've always said this thing. When you do things in life because everybody is doing, or more, it will not work for you, because what works for A might not work for B. And that's why I always say to people, find out what works for you. When you go into a relationship, define why you're going into that relationship. Are you going in there just to be happy? Are you going in there with the aim of consummation to marriage at the end? Are you going into a relationship because you have, suffered a lot in life and you're just looking for a place where you're going to pass your time? Or, I don't know, are you just going into a relationship? Are you going into a relationship because you find person where they give you money? The generation we are now. Find out and define why you're going into a relationship, because if you don't have an aim of going into a relationship and your partner has his or her own aim, they will use you, they will enjoy, and you will have nothing to gain at the end of the day. Always have a reason why you're going into a relationship. Number two, another reason why a lot of people don't go into, why relationships don't work for a lot of people, is because the spirit where it takes start the relationship is not what goes on along the line. Let me explain this. Some persons, when the relationship starts initially, you don't say it is sweet well now. You remember those moments when you're always waiting for the phone calls, expecting the phone calls, you go the whole phone for hand. When is he going to call? When is he going to call? When is his next chat? And then when the calls come, you will gist, you will climb on top of fridge, you raise one leg and be scratching your head. That's a sweet moment. You see, you call all the most beautiful names: honey, sugar, Bonvita, Snickers, Chocomilo, my Indomie. Those early stages, gifts go just they flow like water. That time no be money be water again, no be money na water again, na gift na water. Everything will be so lovely. You think it's El Dorado, you think you're in paradise, you think you're in Shangri-La. All those things you did in trying to get your partner, the moment you get into relationship, you don't do them anymore. You don't do those things anymore. All those things just vanish, disappear. So people they ask what happened now. When you stop doing what you started doing at the beginning of the relationship to get the relationship working, the relationship will not last. Some of us just do those things just to win over the other person, okay? And when you win over the other person and everything is you're sure you've secured the person, you stop doing those things. I tell people, see, engine where carry plane enter and reach up. If the pilot gets up and says, I don't reach up now, no need for the engine, and the pilot of the plane switches off the engine midway in the air, what happens? What you use to start a relationship, use it to sustain the relationship, because those are the beautiful moments of the relationship. And one thing about relationships is that relationships are supposed to create moments, so that even sometimes when the relationship is not, on the path which is supposed to be going, or at the tempo which is supposed to be going, you will have those moments to relive. And when you relive those moments give you morale to continue the relationship. But whereby you don't even build moments in the relationship, it's another problem, which leads us to the third part, which is moments in a relationship. Every relationship is supposed to have moments to live by, moments to live with, moments to live on. What kind of moments do you create in your relationships? Because you see, the moments are what gives you impression, what gives you imagination, what gives you something to visualize, what gives you something to look back at, throwbacks. What kind of moments do you create? Some people just enter a relationship. They are not romantic. They are not nothing. They are just there, waiting. The only moments they create are very horrific moments. And sometimes when someone looks back and says, okay, let me see why I should still keep this thing going. There is no moment to spoil you or to give you energy to continue the relationship. The moment you remember the insults, the fights, the beating, the cheating, the disagreements, and all that kinds of things. Always know that every relationship moments are the lubricants which relationships move on and which keeps relationships going. What kind of moments do you create in your relationship? Some of you, nothing. On how they travel, you don't create excitement. You don't go for picnics. You don't create nice moments. You don't create moments you look back and look forward, remember with nostalgia. When you don't have moments you create, it doesn't make it exciting. We're not in those days when our parents used to, the moments they create, I gotta make apple for me, go and grind this one for me. Those times are gone. You're supposed to create moments in relationship. Another reason why some people don't want to continue having relationships is because, look, some people look at it and they say, what is it worth? Because at the end of the day, you didn't gain anything from the relationship. You were not happier. You didn't grow, you didn't improve, nothing, you didn't improve in any aspect of your life. Instead, the thing took from you. And some persons, people listen, people watch things. When the days of the social media where people look at other people's experiences and they're like, okay, I don't want this to happen to me. But unfortunately, some of us go through the same experiences, bad experiences, that at the end, when you start counting the cost, some persons look and say, I didn't gain anything from this thing, so why should I continue this thing? Another reason why some relationships fail is that some persons come into relationship selfish. Relationship is supposed to be an experience where both persons are selfless, not selfish. When one person comes and it is only about me, abana, it no go last. Relationships are meant to be symbiotic. You gain from me, I gain from you.